on the Weather Channel.
Stay tuned for your local on the 8s, brought to you by Bosch Icon Wiper Blades with ClearMax 365.
If you're driving and you can't see clearly for 1 second at 60 miles per hour, you can't see clearly for 88 feet. And a lot can happen in 88 feet. That's why Bosch created the new Icon with ClearMax 365. It's a rubber technology for longer lasting performance, not found on any other wiper blade. Because like you, Bosch cares about what's ahead.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, cloudy with showers. High 81. Winds north-northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 40%. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies. Slight chance of a rain shower. Low 70. Tuesday, afternoon showers. High 80. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
We're following breaking news here on the Weather Channel. Just getting in our first pictures here. Video of a search for a missing hunter in Indiana. A big open space. Deer hunting ended last night. We understand at one of the national parks in Indiana. A hunter went out, tried to take advantage of the last few moments. Got disoriented, we understand, and somewhere in the woods got lost and spent the night here in this part of Indiana.
And we know that when he first went out on Saturday, it was warm temperatures, nearly 60 degrees, but there was a lot of rain Saturday, and then the cold front came through Sunday, and temperatures really dropped off overnight last night to now we are about 10 in this part of the state. So certainly concerned with the weather out there and the cold and the wind chill. We will keep you updated as we get new information on this developing situation. And right now, we do want to look at the winter weather update. There will be some snow coming through this part of the nation.
Yeah, with that very cold air that we're dealing with.
Yes.
So the cold air is in place, and then next, here comes the snow.
Yes, so we're tracking a clipper. We're also tracking some lake effect. And Chris, I want to start with that because this is really fascinating. Just how long-lived the lake effect snow is. Take a look at how far it is stretching. Lake Superior, Lake Huron, a little bit over the Georgian Bay, then Lake Ontario. And this snow band goes all the way into the capital district of New York. Albany, your snow is coming all the way from Lake Superior. Isn't that kind of cool? It is causing some concerns for travel up there, so heads up on that. We also have this next winter storm, Gorgon, and we are tracking winter storm warnings and winter weather advisories and watches posted for nearly 2,000 miles, really, we're going to see affected by this thing. It's a clipper, so it's very fast moving, and it's really only now entering into the lower 48, but it's going to move fast. So by tonight, it's in Chicago. Tomorrow morning, it is in D.C., a very fast-moving system. We take a look at who will get the snow, and we will see that right across portions of South Dakota, Iowa, into Illinois, Chicago right there, Indianapolis right there, Columbus, Ohio, all the way into the D.C. metro, Philly, maybe even in New York City. We'll get a little bit out of this. That's a look at what's happening with your winter weather here. Let's go over to Chris for more on what's been happening in California with the snow.
There has been snow. That's the big news, and the latest numbers in as far as how much snow that the Sierra Nevada mountains have received so far. And we're going to take a look at 3 different spots heading from north to the south. And this is a look now at the northern Sierra Nevadas and Trinity region, 53% of average to date. Now keep in mind that's to date. So if this area does not get any more snow, that number is going to get smaller because now we're looking at a different date when you typically have more. And so that number could go down as the amount of snowpack you would expect goes up later and later into the season. And a third of the water supply in California comes from this snowpack. The Central Sierra region, only 40% of average to this date. And as we look to the south, also not quite up to 50% of average where it should be. So let's take a look now at something else here. A couple satellite pictures a year apart, and what we're looking at here on the right, that's just a few days ago, a couple days ago, January 3rd, and then the same time last year. What you'll notice here, there's a little bit more snow in the mountains, but look at all of the green, especially in the Central Valley. And for an example, Jen, the Napa Airport, last December, less than a half an inch. This December, more than 10 inches of rain.
What a difference, Chris.
A lot of green.
Thank you for that comparison. It really is visible when you look at it side by side. Now, let's take a look at where the next round of weather affecting the West Coast will go. It is not California, unfortunately, there for your recovery. We are looking at the rain and any snow much farther to the north. This right now is a look out in Seattle. Hard to see anything. I guess Mount Rainier should be right back out here, Chris. Is that right? Ballpark, yeah. I mean, look at the low clouds. We've got raindrops on the lens. We've got rain falling as we speak, and it has been windy. It looks like the wind has taken a break. We were seeing winds gusting over 20, 25 miles per hour. Look at all this rain coming in to the northwest. Rain is going to be affecting us in northwestern Washington and a little bit down into Oregon. Now, it's a pretty warm system. Snow levels are very, very high, so snow really isn't the story. It's rain and too much of it here, and we've got these flood watches posted. River flooding in particular is the main concern. Lots of moisture getting pumped right into the area. Rain in the forecast for today. Seattle, it lasts through much of the day, and maybe even for the commute home, we could still see some showers sticking around. Chris, over to you.
Jen, we know millions of people across the U.S. are going to have to deal with dangerously cold temperatures and even more dangerous travel. A look at where the latest winter storm is going next.
Here are the keys, man. It's all mine.
Parenthood isn't gonna change me. I'll still see the guys every weekend and rock out in the basement. Please.
Hey, where are you?
I'm still king of this castle.
Lots of great features. You're gonna love the backseat pocket.
It's not like I'm gonna get a minivan.
Life can surprise you. So can an Allstate agent. Now they can save you $3,000 on a new car with the Allstate car buying service. The good hands are doing more than ever before.
Oh, there's an energy crisis happening, all right. A human one. And it's time to fight it. With the good energy of Quaker Oats. It's how we help keep go-getters like you going and getting. One bite at a time. Try new quick steel cut oatmeal for a heartier texture. Quaker Up.
Are you tired of slicing and dicing by hand and bulky slicers that clutter your countertop? Stop! Introducing 1 Second Slicer, the amazing food preparation station that slices, dices, chops, minces, and juliennes, and then serves, seals, stacks, and stores, all in one compact container the size of a loaf of bread. Why single slice a potato when you can slice the whole potato in 1 second? Slice family-sized fries lightning fast, or a pile of shoestring potatoes in a flash. Slice carrots with incredible speed in any shape or size you need. Stop crying over onions because the 1 Second Slicer chops whole onions in the container without the tears. Slice tomatoes with the speed of a professional chef, or make a full-size fruit salad in less than 60 seconds. The stainless steel blades are laser honed and razor sharp to slice deli meat with ease, and cutting cheese cubes is a breeze. Don't slow slice a salad when you can make an entire salad start to finish in just seconds. Or pack them up for parties with family and friends. To clean, simply push a button to release food remnants and then rinse. That's it. And then store it all together inside the container. The 1 Second Slicer, complete with a hinge cutting lid and storage container, stainless steel blade insert, and fresh keeping lid, is yours for just $19.95. Call now and get the amazing V-Slicer to speed slice sausage in the container, veggies on the cutting board, cheese on top of a salad, or a mountain of coleslaw in seconds. The V-Slicer set is a $20 value, but it's yours absolutely free. But wait, order now and we'll double the offer and send a second complete set. Just pay separate processing and handling. You get 2 1 Second Slicer sets, an incredible $80 value, all for just $19.95. Here's how to order.
To order, call 1-800-570-8565. That's 1-800-570-8565, or go to 1secondslicer.com. Order now.
Homer, did I ever tell you I'm getting you over it?
Sunday.
Frustrations mount as the prospectors come up empty.
The area we've been digging is not producing. I'm feeling the pressure.
And Craig gets a little too close for comfort.
Your hair's sticking straight up.
Is it really?
What we do?
We out here?
Prospectors, new episode Sunday night at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, cloudy with showers. High 81. Winds north-northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 40%. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies. Slight chance of a rain shower. Low 70. Tuesday, afternoon showers. High 80. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Treacherous highway in the world to experience the high risk of heavy rescue. Highway Through Hell, Sundays at 10 on the Weather Channel.
Well, check this out. This is Hays, Kansas, as 2 inches of snow came down, stirred up by 45-mile-per-hour winds. Look at that. What kind of beast was that, Chris?
Yeah, buffalo or bison?
A bison.
Are they the same thing?
They're close. All right.
This is like alpaca and a llama,
This was
right?
very difficult driving, Chris. Traffic on I-70 slowed to 30 miles per hour. I'm impressed they went that fast, actually. Tough to see.
Right. That's the thing, is the visibility goes down. And when the snow comes, oftentimes so far early winter or late fall when we get snow, it can be warm enough that the roads are going to stay wet.
Not this time.
No, it's too cold for that.
Yes.
Snow will accumulate. Even some of the treated roads, if it comes down fast enough, that snow is going to pile up.
Welcome back, everyone, to Weather Center Live. I'm Jen Carfagno, along with Chris Warren, and we're tracking this next winter storm coming in to some very cold air. So, Chris, we got a couple of spots to watch.
Yeah, we do. We're keeping an eye on Minneapolis, also on Detroit and Chicago, and they all have a different wintry look to them. And if you look at them, you can see the ice in the water in Minneapolis, at least a little bit. There is some snow on the water's edge. That's definitely some ice in the water in Detroit. It's kind of neat there. If you go, Jen, in Detroit on the riverside and you watch the ice go by,
yeah,
it's kind of cool.
That would pass the time, wouldn't it?
It would pass it.
On a cold
it does
day.
pass the time.
We got a lot of cold out there to talk about, actually, and that's part of the story, because when we track this next storm coming in, it's coming into very cold air, and the kind of snow we're going to be dealing with is very light, fluffy snow. It's still slippery snow, though. We want to make sure you know where it is going to fall when it comes to travel. Right now, you can see all of these bright colors and the water vapor spilling in across the northern Rockies. This is the next system, the Clipper. It's an Alberta Clipper, which is going to move very fast, and that's a calling card of these Clippers. They move, and this one is going to move, bringing snow like right now across western North Dakota, bringing snow into South Dakota, parts of Nebraska, Iowa, into Illinois by tonight, Indiana overnight, Ohio overnight tonight and tomorrow morning. We will see snow in Pittsburgh and snow in the D.C. area, up towards Baltimore too. Again, a very quick mover, and then we'll see a couple of inches of snow out of this, and then behind it, Chris, we get another round of Arctic cold.
And Jen, we know it's hard to be a quick mover in the cold.
Yes. Sometimes, though, you want to move to get out of it.
You want to move to get out of it for sure. And millions of people will be dealing with the coldest air of the winter season. In fact, we estimate about 24 million people will deal with dangerously low wind chills around, those wind chills down around 45 below zero in some places. Meteorologist Mike Bettis, he is in the cold, a chilly, windy city. Mike, there in Chicago. The sun, it looks like it's kind of teasing you a little bit behind you.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day, Chris. I mean, if you can handle the cold, it's gorgeous blue sky this morning in Chicago. You know, they've got a great skyline here. You know, you see the right over Chicago River, they got the Trump Tower, and it's really nice. It's perfect to stay inside and look out your window at it, because the moment you step outside, you're like, what? It is still 1 degree below zero this morning here in Chicago, so it has been uncomfortable to say the least. I mean, this is the coldest air we've had since mid-February, where the last time temperatures went below freezing like this. At least this much below freezing. Our coldest number so far this year have been single digits above zero. So obviously it's a big shock to the system. Certainly when you factor in the wind, it's a lot colder. We've got wind chills that are about 20 degrees below zero. Now, we're talking about the snow. To go along with our cold air, today afternoon temperatures should warm up to maybe 10 degrees or so. We may get as warm as 12, but then comes the snow after dinner time tonight, hopefully once you're home. And then we get blasted real quick because it's gone, Chris, by tomorrow morning's rush. I think that's great timing. I think a lot of the plows will be out there, take care of those streets that don't have any cars on them, and the road should be in good shape tomorrow morning. It's just another uncomfortable morning tomorrow because not only will it be cold, but now you can be trudging through maybe another 3 to 5 inches of snow. So be prepared for that.
All right, Mike, we appreciate that. And we're looking at the steam behind you, and we're just kind of focusing on it on the Chicago River. It kind of puts you in a trance. Look, watching the wind blow the steam around a little bit.
Yeah, it does. It's fun to see because, you know, I kind of think of, when I think of stuff like this, I think of like October or November. I don't think of January, but you got relatively warm waters. It's unfrozen. Then you got this really Arctic, chilly air that just hovers right over top of it, and you get that steam. And I like to watch it roll right down the Chicago River, right out to the lakefront there. It's fun to watch. It does all kinds of fun things too, swirls and everything else. It's neat to watch.
One thing I noticed is that we pan down the river is not one person, not one soul out there besides Mike Bettis this morning.
They're not idiots.
Yeah.
They know.
All right, Mike Bettis, thank you very much. Stay warm.
All right, we've got Winter Storm Gorgon set to bring a whole new host of dangerous driving conditions this week, and after a wild weekend of treacherous roads.
That's right. Sam Champion takes a look at how this winter storm will affect travel from Colorado all the way to the Northeast. In some cases, already has.
Winter weather blasting the U.S., this snow and ice leading to deadly crashes in at least 5 states. Look at this in Colorado. An SUV losing control on an icy highway, hitting and killing an off-duty sheriff's deputy who was directing traffic at the site of another icy wreck. In New Hampshire, 35 cars smashed together as snow dumped on Interstate 93 Friday. 12 people hurt.
The squall came in, all of a sudden, roads iced over and cars was just spinning out one after the other.
It's the worst accident I've seen on 93 in my career.
Salt trucks and plows meant to be a weapon against icy streets. Even they struggle on the roads. A plow in Torrington, Connecticut hit and killed a runner along a street early Sunday morning. This salt truck slides down the hill and rolls into the family room of this home north of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The driver and the family inside are okay.
There was a really loud boom that happened, and we were like getting dressed anyhow, so we were running down, and I thought maybe a tree had hit, but when we ran out, we saw it was this is the salt truck.
It wasn't just the slippery ice, but the blinding snow that slowed down travel on I-70 in western Kansas, shut down most of Saturday because of heavy snow. And 3 people, including an 11-year-old boy, died in crashes in the Texas Panhandle, where snow and ice also made it dangerous for road travel.
All right, now to our next story. Off the coast of Indonesia, divers trying to find the victims and wreckage of AirAsia Flight 8501 are sidelined by the weather. Thunderstorms, choppy seas, and murky waters have plagued crews for 8 days now. As many as 37 victims have been pulled from the sea. Over the weekend, a setback after what was believed to be a large piece of the plane turned out to be old ship wreckage. And the search continues to find the flight data recorder.
Right now, the black boxes, and there are a pair of them. This pinger is really what you could consider their GPS. This is a beacon that's supposed to be designed to allow the systems to be detected. The issues with the beacon is they have a finite life. They only last for about 30 days in the standard configuration. But at the end of the day, the noisier it is, it just means shorter range. So you can detect it close to the pinger, but the normal long-range detection of 1 to 2 kilometers becomes a big problem in a noisy environment.
And that could prove to be challenging. We've got more thunderstorms which are in the forecast. You can see over the past 6 hours looking at the satellite that we've got some of those brighter cloud tops indicating the taller cloud tops and likely where there are some thunderstorms in the area. And we're in this pattern and we're likely to see off and on thunderstorms today and in the coming days right across this region. Now, up next, we've got an amazing story of survival when a 7-year-old girl walks away from a deadly plane crash.
We'll have her story explain what happened and how she made it to safety all by herself at night and in the cold. That's coming up when Weather Center Live returns.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, cloudy with showers. High 81. Winds north-northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 40%. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies. Slight chance of a rain shower. Low 70. Tuesday, afternoon showers. High 80. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
I have a cold with terrible chest congestion. I better take something.
Theraflu Severe Cold doesn't treat chest congestion.
Really?
New Alka-Seltzer Plus Day Powder rushes relief to your worst cold symptoms plus chest congestion.
Oh, what a relief it is.
Saving and smiling. That's how I start the year. With tons of stuff on rollback, clearance, and more at Walmart. And that really puts a smile on my face.
Thousands of items on rollback and clearance, in-store and online.
Is your back acting up again? Is lower back pain a daily drain? If you're one of the millions who suffer from the agony of lower back pain, you need Be Active, the revolutionary new acupressure system that instantly helps ease discomfort in your lower back, buttocks, and legs. Watch. Just slip on Be Active and tighten the strap. You'll instantly begin experiencing relief. Look, back pain often radiates from the lower back to your lower extremities, but apply Be Active to the trigger point on the calf muscle to instantly relieve pain. The secret is the AcuPoint pressure pad that gently compresses, alleviating pain at the sciatic nerve and lower back for instant relief.
I just slide it on, I tighten the strap, I feel the pressure point right behind my knee, and right away I feel the release of pain in my lower back.
Be Active provides firm pressure behind the knee on the specific pressure point, which can help relieve the pain and suffering from sciatica.
Wow, that's I can feel comfort already.
It's like right away relief.
I just put it on, but I can feel it already easing the pain.
But now I don't feel the pain at all. This is really something. You can't see the relief? I can feel it.
It kind of feels like it's relaxing that muscle.
I definitely wish I found this a couple months ago.
Be Active gives you the ability to instantly be active again. Wear it while exercising. Keep up with the kids. It's invisible under clothing, comfortable enough to sleep in. Be Active easily adjusts to fit any leg so everyone can live pain-free. Be Active is always there to deliver the pain relief you need. Now start living pain-free with the acupressure point therapy of Be Active for just $19.99. But wait, call now and we'll double the offer free. Just pay separate processing. If you don't begin to get instant relief, send it back and owe nothing. You get it all for just $19.99. So call or click now.
To order, call 1-800-370-7747. That's 1-800-370-7747 or go online to beactivebrace.com. Call or click today.
Does your computer run slow?
Come on.
Or just freeze and crash?
No.
Does it take forever to start up?
Still waiting.
You need the amazing Wing Cleaner, the easiest way to get all that hidden junk off your computer. Simply plug in our unique USB, and with just one click, Wing Cleaner starts working automatically. It sorts through your hard drive, eliminating useless files and programs. Within minutes, that slow computer is running like new. Look, the competition is $50, and look at all those no's. Wing Cleaner is just $19.99, and look at all those yeses. Look, over time, everyone's computer's memory fills with junk, cookies, even viruses. But Wing Wind Cleaner instantly starts to clean and repair your PC with just one click, optimizing performance and protecting you from future problems. You get super fast startups, speedy downloads, blazing fast gaming, and a much quicker internet experience. It's got the editor's rating of 5 stars from CNET and rave reviews from PC Answers. So don't buy a new computer, don't pay expensive technicians, and don't buy downloads with hidden charges. Get your own Wind Cleaner USB drive for just $19.99. But wait! Order in the next 5 minutes and you won't pay a penny for shipping. That's right, shipping is on us. It gets better. If you call right now, you can double your order. 1 for home and 1 for work. That's 2 Wind Cleaner USB drives and free shipping. Join the millions of customers who have used the Wind Cleaner on their PCs.
Call 1-800-259-0846 to get your Wind Cleaner on this special TV offer. It's not sold in stores, so call now or go to windcleaner.com. So call 1-800-259-0846. That's 1-800-259-0846. Love your PC again with Wind Cleaner. Call now.
New developments right now on some breaking news we've been following on the search for a missing hunter. Jackie Bellinger, affiliate WTHR, is now reporting that he has been found. He was discovered walking along State Route 135, and he was picked up by a passing motorist. He did get lost in Hoosier National Park in Indiana last night. He was hunting all day. He was deer hunting all day before the season came to a close, and his condition at this time is unknown, but he has been found. Jen?
That is good news, and we say that good news as we track another round of cold air coming in again midweek right across the Midwest, coming in on some pretty cold and strong winds. So right now it's a bit breezy out there, right? But let's fast forward to Wednesday. It is going to be downright windy as winds come out of the north. This is a cold north wind, 15 to 20 miles per hour, probably gusting higher than that. Rapid City, we've got strong gusty winds today, but all the way through this week into Wednesday, I think is going to be our windiest of days. Let's look at Minneapolis. Winds start to pick up tomorrow, but certainly you will feel it on Wednesday as we get some strong gusty winds come into this part of the country. Chris.
And Jen, people in several communities dealing with the aftermath of some strong winds across the South, especially hard hit, and they're spending the day cleaning up after it was a very stormy weekend. At least 9 tornadoes cut across the region over the weekend. 1 wiped out 10 homes in Rose Hill, Mississippi. That was on Saturday. Georgia and Alabama also saw a lot of damage with downed trees and a lot of roofs that were damaged as well. Now to that amazing story of the 7-year-old girl who managed to walk away from a plane crash in Kentucky that killed 4 members of her family. As NBC's Gabe Gutierrez explains, federal investigators are looking for insight now into how she might have survived.
Just after dawn, NTSB investigators arrived, combing through the wreckage of the mangled twin-engine plane for the first time, searching for the cause of the horrific crash, but also clues that helped 7-year-old Sailor Gutzler survive.
She is one remarkable young lady.
Her parents' 9-year-old sister and 14-year-old cousin were killed while flying home to Illinois from a vacation in Florida. Relatives say Marty Gutzler, a pilot for 30 years, had taught his kids survival skills. Sailor tried to use the plane's burning wing to light a branch in the dark woods. Investigators said that brave attempt didn't work, but she managed to escape anyway.
When we are exposed to a life-threatening situation, very often our body goes into this fight or flight mode. And what's happening is hormones are released, and that causes a cascade of changes in our body that really help us gear up to fight this severe life-threatening situation.
Cell phone video from first responder Wade White shows the path she took.
She had to crawl over treetops, crawl through briar patches, weeds, deep ditches. She had to do this in the dark. She had to do it without moonlight. She couldn't see house light, and she took the best route she could have took. And she did this in sock feet, in shorts.
Oh, amazing. Sheriff Kent Murphy was the first to spot the downed plane upside down.
Some people, don't believe in miracles. They think it's luck and stuff like that, but to me, it's a miracle.
Sailor is in the 2nd grade, a dancer, her family says. Her sister Piper was such a good soccer player, she played on the boys' team. Her cousin Sierra also loved to dance, her mother told us. She was my best friend. in the family's hometown of Nashville, Illinois. Somber Sunday services.
It's a community tragedy. Hope the guardian angels stay with her, the whole families.
Federal investigators have moved the crash's debris for closer inspection. And one of the things they'll try to confirm is where Saylor was sitting on the plane. First responders believe she may have been in the back row on the passenger side, although it's not clear how only she survived.
What a sad and yet amazing story at the same time.
She really is lucky that she did walk to someone's home, because imagine if she walked in a different direction, how would first responders know that she was even on the plane?
Exactly.
And know to look for another person. So very fortunate that she did pick the right way, the right direction to walk.
Such a story. We'll be right back.
You know how she keeps it interesting? She mixes it up.
With Nice and Easy, you can shift a shade and still look like your most amazing you with our broadest spectrum of natural-looking shades.
You know what I love? She always keeps me guessing.
Shift a shade with Nice and Easy.
Hurry! There's a hot offer for heartburn sufferers. Now try Zantac free at ZantacOffers.com. Hurry! It's free this week only. No pill relieves heartburn faster. Get Zantac free at ZantacOffers.com.
Golf's past 2 decades have been the most unique in the history of the game. Now, in a commemorative edition, Golf Channel chronicles the icons, the moments, and the trends that will influence the game for decades to come. Just in time for the holiday season, the Golf Book is the perfect gift for every golfer on your list. Order yours today at golfchannel.com/thegolfbook.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, cloudy with showers. High 81. Winds north-northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 40%. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies. Slight chance of a rain shower. Low 70. Tuesday, afternoon showers. High 80. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Fiber One now makes cookies. Find them in the cookie aisle.
Seatbelts, headrests, and airbags help you survive a crash. But if you upgrade your headlights, you may even avoid one. See farther, wider, better. Silver Star Ultra headlights from Sylvania.
Did you know? Fresh Step Extreme Lightweight Litter isn't just light, it's also the best lightweight for eliminating odors. Amazing, right? For superior odor elimination, try Fresh Step Extreme. Lightweight.
Check.
Aha!
Energizer protects your devices from damaging leaks. Guaranteed.
If you don't think top of my game when you think AARP, you don't know ARP. AARP Staying Sharp keeps your brain healthy with online exercises by the top minds in brain science. Find more real possibilities at aarp.org/possibilities.
If your car's side glass gets broken, trust Safelite. Safelite has more glass in stock than anyone, and we'll get you back on your way fast.
Thank you so much. Good as new.
That's another Safelite advantage.
Safelite repair, Safelite replace.
Sir, we're going to need you on the runway.
Theraflu starts to get to work in your body in just 5 minutes.
Let me tell you a story about 2 typical American couples. There's John and Joan, who could use some financial help, but they're worried and have some misconceptions about reverse mortgages. Like they might not qualify if they have an existing mortgage, and that it could mean giving up their home. But take Sandy and Greg. They're just like John and Joan, but they called AAG. and learned that a reverse mortgage was government insured, tax-free, and that they'd always retain complete ownership of their home. They also learned that most people use a reverse mortgage to eliminate their existing monthly mortgage payments, and that AAG is America's trusted reverse mortgage lender with a 93% customer satisfaction rate. So join Sandy, Greg, and 500,000 other Americans.
Call 1-800-660-8341 now to receive a new free information kit, including a reverse mortgage guide and DVD, personal stories from people like you, and a brand new family guide for children and loved ones, all absolutely free with no obligation. Call 1-800-660-8341 today.
Adlens or visit adlens.com. That's 800-568-2353. Order now.
The Weather Channel unearths the investigations, the mysteries.
Nobody was flying the plane.
Why planes crash tonight at 9 here on the Weather Channel.
Good morning, I'm meteorologist Mike Seidel, and this is the bitter cold of the Twin Cities this morning. 11 below zero and 29 below in the wind chill. That's the coldest air temperature we've had so far this winter, but it's going to get even colder by Wednesday with that next shot behind the Clipper. Now, the high clouds are already coming in. We're just going to get nicked, an inch or less here in Minneapolis, but if you're south of here down 35 into Iowa, near the Minnesota-Iowa line, we've got winter storm warnings for as much as 5 to 8 inches of snow, which arrives by about mid-afternoon around the Ames, Des Moines area. Looking down Nicollet Mall, you can see that there is hardly anybody out here because everybody's inside staying warm, and they've got those skyways that go across the streets down here, so you don't have to go outside unless you want to until rush hour. And guys, one more time, the frozen egg, always a hit here on the Weather Channel. There you go. From this morning, it took 5 minutes to freeze this baby. How about that, huh?
Only 5 minutes. I got an order, by the way, Mike.
More successful than in the summer. You know how many times people try to fry eggs on sidewalks and it never works? This worked. This worked. You got an order for what, Jen?
For a Minneapolis frozen egg on Twitter. I guess I'm going back to my waitress days, but they asked me for a Seidel special, a Minneapolis frozen egg.
I'll throw in some hash browns for you, Jen. How about that?
All right.
All right, Mike Seidel, thank you. A lot of cold air to deal with.
Yeah, and there's more coming, actually. Minneapolis, your coldest day of the week is yet to come.
Can you imagine that?
Yes.
Let's take a look right now at what else is coming. Winter is here, we know, and we're going to watch and show you what is going to happen next with this. We're looking at the winter weather update right now, and as we take a look at all of the areas likely to have some potentially dangerous weather there, the winter storm warning in effect with our winter storm that we're going to be tracking across the country. And as we do track it, we are going to see right now where the snow is. So it's getting its act together right now in the Dakotas, also over Montana, Jen. And here it is, and we're going to watch it move across the country.
Sometimes it amazes me how fast these clippers move. I mean, it's going to go from Montana pretty much all the way to Maryland by, say what, 12 hours? 15 hours? It's fast.
It's going to clip along.
It's going to clip.
It's going to clip right along, and this is the amount of snow we're dealing with. A big area with 3 to 5 inches of snow. Closer to the lakes, you can get enhanced snowfall. So we're looking more like several inches of snow. In some cases, coming off of Ontario and Erie, a foot and a half, maybe even 2 feet in some spots.
Those lakes are not frozen yet, so we will definitely get some lake effect snow with this cold air moving on top of it. You know, the snow from this winter storm, Gorgon, you'll see it in Chicago overnight, maybe at the end of rush hour and then overnight, and then into places like Pittsburgh tomorrow morning, D.C., Baltimore tomorrow morning. You're going to be waking up to some snow.
And then after that, we're still looking at some of that lake effect snow to be hanging around through tomorrow night. This is a look at Pittsburgh for you tonight. Snow developing late, and then going to hang on to the showers throughout the day tomorrow, and it is going to be cold.
This is classic Western Pennsylvania January sky you're expecting tomorrow.
And when temperatures get this cold, sometimes you can feel a burn in your throat, especially if you're out doing exercise.
Mike Bettis explains why that happens and what you can do to stop it.
Laced up, zipped up, and ready to pound the pavement. And when the temperature drops, many runners experience a burning when they breathe. But don't blame the cold. It's actually the dryness of the air that's causing this irritation. When air travels down your trachea, your body is warming it to match your body temperature, and then raising it to 100% humidity. The cells that line the trachea give up their water supply to make this happen. And when the air is dry, the cells can become dehydrated. That exchange can irritate your throat and chest and create the uncomfortable burning sensation. But doctors say simple things can keep it under control.
Maybe use a mask or a scarf to humidify and warm the air a little bit. Anything that provides just a little bit of extra space will help warm the air and humidify it. Also, if people breathe through their nose, the nose has a lot more surface area to warm and humidify the air, and it's better than if a person just breathes in through their mouth.
And stay hydrated. The more water you put into your body, the less likely the cells in your trachea will get dehydrated. I'm Mike Bettis, the Weather Channel.
Makes sense. Or just not run outside in cold air.
And it's important. You don't think about it necessarily in the winter, but to stay hydrated is so important.
Yeah, you need to drink water, chapstick, all of that. All right, speaking of cold air, we've got something that's really going to hurt today. Seriously.
Hurt is right.
Hurt is right.
Hurt. We're back in 60
coming up.
seconds.
Currently in our area, 79 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, cloudy with showers. High 81. Winds north-northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 40%. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies. Slight chance of a rain shower. Low 70. Tuesday, afternoon showers. High 80. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Is horrible. It's not surprising for Minnesota, but I'm still not prepared for it.
Well, let me tell you, if you thought it was cold this morning, get ready. It's going to get even colder. An Arctic blast is bringing the coldest air of the season. That means sub-zero temperatures and dangerous wind chills.
And all of that coming right on the heels of Winter Storm Gorgon, a fast-moving clipper that'll dump snow across 2,000-mile stretch from Washington to Ohio. Lots of people going to be affected there.
Oh, really? Millions of people. We thank you so much for joining us on the Weather Channel. You're watching Weather Center Live. I'm Vivian Brown.
And I'm Samantha Moore, back with the fabulous Miss Brown. Once again, we're so excited. Well, most of the country woke up to temperatures below freezing today, well below freezing, and has a bitter wake-up call for many, and that's going to last all week long.
Yeah, and for some in the path of this winter storm, a quick burst of snow is going to make things even more dangerous. Let's take a live look now at Chicago, just one of the cities in line for that 1-2 punch. Morning lows tomorrow in the single digits, then well below zero as we work later in the week. Get this, wind chills, some 20 degrees below zero come Thursday morning.
Oh, and our own Mike Bettis is in Chicago, shivering along with the rest of the Windy City, and he shows us how Chicagoans are braving this dangerous cold.
Well, here along Lake Michigan in Chicago, below zero all morning long. In fact, the coldest morning since mid-February. And it comes with a price. Wind chills that have been 20 to 30 degrees below zero as well. And interesting to see that the Chicago River is unfrozen, but a little bit of steam coming off that unfrozen river because the temperatures just at the surface there are so cold. It's a little bit fog there, in essence, off the river this morning. The winds have been anywhere from 15 to 20 miles an hour, sending those wind chills down to dangerously cold territory. And this, the first Monday after the new year, where everyone's going back to work, everyone's going back to school. And you have to remember, you've got to bundle up with gloves, with hats, with coats, with boots, with socks. I mean, everything to keep yourself warm. And if the cold air isn't bad enough, now we're talking about some snow. And likely the biggest snowstorm of the season so far in Chicago, where 3 to 5 inches is coming mostly through the overnight overnight hours, so plows should be able to get out there and take care of business, because by the time you head out to work tomorrow, the snow will have ended. So keep in mind, too, that Chicago has a very elaborate snow removal system. They have GPS on their snow plows, so they know exactly where they are, which roads have been cleared, and they can send crews to the exact locations and neighborhoods where the roads need to be plowed. That's the very latest here in a very frigid Chicago, Illinois. I'm meteorologist Mike Bettis. We'll send it back to you.
Yeah, but if any city can deal with the cold and the snow, it's Chicago, that's for sure. Thanks very much, Mike Bettis. Let's talk more about Winter Storm Gorgon as it marches into the Midwest. We've been watching it, and again, we want you to know that it will bring with it some of the coldest air of the season. So please be prepared. Don't be caught off guard. You're hearing it here first, and I know you believe us, right? Here's a look at that system already bringing some widespread snow from Montana and Wyoming back into the Dakotas, the eastern parts of Nebraska. All of the upper air energy with this system sliding down out of Canada. It's a clipper system, meaning it will just clip its way across the northern tier of the country, but it'll have enough moisture with it. It'll have enough cold air with it to really be impressive, and that's why it's been given a name. You know, we don't just name all systems. We only name the ones that fit a certain criteria when it comes to winter weather, and it will be quite impactful as it slides across the northern Rockies into parts of the Midwest, eventually making its way into the Northeast. Now, the big cities, New York, Boston, we don't think you'll get any heavy snow from this system, but right in its path, many of the other big cities like Chicago and Minneapolis will get that extremely cold air and a burst of snow. So here we go through today and overnight tonight. Notice even sliding through Indianapolis, Detroit, Cleveland, and over to the Pittsburgh area. And where we're enhancing some of the moisture by the lakes, we could pick up some heavier pockets right off of Lakes Erie and Ontario. You know that. Just that added moisture could create even heavier amounts. In fact, right here is a look at the widespread snowfall totals that we are expecting. A large area of 3 to 5 inches, but some spots, again, right off of these lakes could pick up 5 to 8 inches. Back to you, Sam.
Vivian, you know, I think I put away a few M&Ms over the holiday season, and, you know, my husband likes to put them in the freezer, so they're frigid M&Ms. Let's take a look at a couple M&M cities, Minneapolis versus Miami, and look at the difference here. 87 degrees difference between Minneapolis at 7 below zero right now, mostly cloudy, miserable. Meanwhile, they're basking in some sunshine in Miami, and it is 80 degrees. And guess what? There is more cold air on the way, with more in the way of Arctic blasts. We have 2 more headed in their direction across the Midwest. And what we're going to see is these temperatures even colder than this, believe it or not. I mean, 7 below right now in the Twin Cities and all the surrounding neighborhoods well below zero. And it's not going to warm up all that much today as well. And that cold Arctic air extending well across the Great Lakes down into the Chicagoland area, where they were at 3 degrees below zero earlier this morning. So here's the first shot of cold air that's in place. So we have a second colder shot that's going to be moving in by the middle of the week. And this one's going to plunge deep down into the southeast. So Charlotte in through Raleigh, Durham, into the Atlanta area, we're going to start to feel the cold temperatures as well. But the brunt, or the core of cold air, is going to be here across the western Great Lakes today. Tomorrow, a slight bit of moderation, but it is still going to be mighty cold here as we head into the week, as that second blast of cold air puts them in their icy grip as we head into the middle of the week. So the average high in Minneapolis should be 24 degrees, but we're talking temperatures near zero for highs on Wednesday, Vivian. So all I can say is burr.
I know. So how do you deal with the cold? Do you bundle up and stay indoors, or do you face it head on? Coming up on Weather Center Live, we'll show you how some people are embracing the cold.
Hey, guess what day it is?
Hump day!
Hump day!
It's hump day!
Yeah.
Hey, Mike! Mike! Guess what day it is?
Hey, Camel!
Guess what day it is?
It's not even Wednesday.
Let it go, Phil. If you're a camel, you put up with this all the time. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Okay.
Breakfast French toaster is so good.
Really good. The French toast complements the bacon and the egg and the cheese.
Well, hey, French toast, you're so warm.
I don't think you're going to get this.
That doesn't sound like a compliment.
It's the perfect complement to your morning. The Breakfast French Toaster. This is how you Sonic.
Hi, this is Connor. Sorry I missed you. I'm either away from my desk or on another call. Please leave a message and I'll get back to you just as soon as I'm available. Thank you for your patience at this busy time.
Join us for stargazing with Discovery at Sea. Enjoy cruises from $4.99 during our 50th anniversary sale. Call your travel consultant or 1-800-PRINCESS. Princess Cruises. Come back new.
Introducing the Citi Double Cash Card. It earns you cash back now and cash back later with 1% when you buy and 1% as you pay. With 2 ways to earn on purchases, it makes a lot of other cards seem one-sided.
The wildest weather ever caught on camera. Oh my God! Tonight, tomorrow night, every weeknight. Wild weather at 8 on the Weather Channel. See the weather like never before.
Look at this.
Listen to that. Amazing starts here. The Weather Channel mornings.
Currently in our area, 79 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, cloudy with showers. High 81. Winds north-northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 40%. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies. Slight chance of a rain shower. Low 70. Tuesday, afternoon showers. High 80. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Weather Channel unearths the investigations, the mysteries.
Nobody was flying the plane.
Why planes crash tonight at 9 here on the Weather Channel.
Your eyes really are unique.
In fact, they depend on a unique set of nutrients. That's why there's Ocuvite to help protect your eye health.
As you age, your eyes can lose vital nutrients. Ocuvite helps replenish key eye nutrients. Ocuvite is a vitamin made just for your eyes from the eye care experts at Bausch & Lomb. Ocuvite has a unique formula that's just not found in any leading multivitamin.
Your eyes are unique.
So help protect your eye health with Ocuvite.
Alka-Seltzer Plus presents The Cold Truth.
I have a cold with terrible chest congestion. Better take something. I'll catch up later.
Truth is, Theraflu Severe Cold doesn't treat chest congestion.
Really?
New Alka-Seltzer Plus Day Powder rushes relief to your worst cold symptoms plus chest congestion.
Oh, what a relief it is.
Here we go!
And now, Alka-Seltzer Plus has a complete line of powders to treat your worst cold symptoms.
Not all household cleaners are designed to eliminate pet stains and odors, but Nature's Miracle uses bioenzymatic action to safely destroy pet mess. Right now at PetSmart, save up to 20% on select Nature's Miracle dog and cat products.
We have new developments now on the search for missing hunter Jackie Bellinger. Now, authorities now are reporting that he has been found after he went missing in the Hoosier National Park in Indiana. He is familiar with the woods, but became a little disoriented last night. Family and police were receiving sporadic texts from him last night, actually late last night into early this morning, but no word right now on his condition, but at least he has been found. So that's a positive end to this story. Sam?
Absolutely. Thank you, Vivian. Well, with an Arctic blast hitting a big part of the country, Minnesota is one of the states getting some of the coldest weather of the winter, with wind chills dipping into the negative double digits. But many there are trying to find ways to make the best out of the big freeze. Lindsay Seaford with our affiliate KARE has more.
Awesome.
Kiteboarding can be a solitary sport, but as Arctic air settled over the Twin Cities,
no complaints from us.
This is about as lonely as the lakes get. Ian Arvison is one of the brave few out at Lake Calhoun, proving the worst of weather isn't so bad if you keep your spirits up.
Good snow cover and 10 to 20 miles an hour wind is ideal. Helps if the sun's out.
Joe Cody is of the same mindset. If you can't run from winter,
You basically don't want to have any skin showing.
you might as well play her game.
If you want to be outside, this is what you have to do.
Over in St. Paul, even with below zero temps, there's still a first time for everything.
This is my best time ever.
Derek Austin and his family are visiting from Cleveland.
If I fall, this is your fault.
Both father and son sharpened winter survival skills by ice skating for the first time.
It's a great time, bringing a new year, doing something different.
But the cold kept crowds away from Rice Park, with less than 50 winter skate visitors today, compared to 1,100 people who came through these doors yesterday.
You got it?
Yeah.
The Austin family caught on quickly, learning what it takes to withstand a Minnesota winter.
Feels kind of fun to ice skate, and my body's warm.
All right, well, speaking of the cold, road crews in Philadelphia are preparing ahead of Winter Storm Gordon. Now, we talk about 105,000 tons of salts are on the ready, and already dozens of trucks have pre-treated the highways. In Philadelphia, Gorgon could dump as much as an inch of snow, but in western PA, they're facing up to 3 to 5 inches in some spots. So we do have the path of snow, but a larger area of very cold air encompassing the northern tier of the country. So here we go. Temperatures, even right now, we talk about middle 30s in New York City and all surrounding areas, all the 5 boroughs. Even in the Bronx, it's 35 degrees right now. At the airport, LaGuardia, currently it's 36 degrees, but not too far away. And we find teens here in the Binghamton area, 13 in Buffalo, New York, and we have about 25 up there in Bangor, Maine. So very cold air is in place already with a little dip in the jet stream now. Notice how it pushes south of Philadelphia, south of the New York City area, but caught up in the upper air winds associated with the jet is when we'll find that burst of snow and a pretty large swath of snow expected. But again, afternoon highs will be running a good 10 to 20 degrees below average because afternoon highs today not getting much higher than what we're finding right now, much warmer anyway. But if you think this is cold, look at tomorrow's forecast highs only in the mid-20s. Much of the same on Wednesday. And just when you thought it couldn't get colder, on Thursday, New York City, we talk about the afternoon high of only 23 degrees. It'll modify a little bit by Friday. Sam?
Well, Vivian, we all know that snow can make your morning commute long and miserable, but you can't even hit the road until you clear that layer of ice off of your car. Coming up next on Weather Center Live, we put the traditional scraper to the test and let you know if there's a better way to clean your windshield.
My name's Michael. I'm 55 years old, and I have diabetic nerve pain. The pain was terrible. My feet hurt so bad, it felt like hot pins and needles coming from the inside out of my skin. When I did go see the doctor, and he prescribed Lyrica, that helped me.
It's known that diabetes damages nerves. Lyrica is FDA approved to treat diabetic nerve pain. Lyrica is not for everyone. It may cause serious allergic reactions or suicidal thoughts or actions. Tell your doctor right away if you have these. New or worsening depression or unusual changes in mood or behavior, or swelling, trouble breathing, rash, hives, blisters, changes in eyesight including blurry vision, muscle pain with fever, tired feeling, or skin sores from diabetes. Common side effects are dizziness, sleepiness, weight gain, and swelling of hands, legs, and feet. Don't drink alcohol while taking Lyrica. Don't drive or use machinery until you know how Lyrica affects you. Those who have had a drug or alcohol problem may be more likely to misuse Lyrica.
Having reduced pain is great, and I'm grateful for it.
Ask your doctor about Lyrica and visit Lyrica.com to learn about our $25 copay offer.
You may not be a prepper now, but you will be. Whether the next disaster is man-made or wrought by Mother Nature, you need a plan. WiseFoodStorage.com's emergency gourmet meals are made in the USA, delicious, easy to prepare, just add water, and packaged and proportioned perfectly, eliminating waste and creating a shelf life of up to 25 years. Why face your next emergency on an empty stomach? Request your free sample today at WiseFoodStorage.com.
The wildest weather ever caught on camera. Oh my God! Tonight, tomorrow night, Every weeknight, wild weather at 8 on the Weather Channel. See the weather like never before.
Alltech Roofing, the area's premier roofing company since 1984. We are a family-owned and operated business, and we specialize in roof replacement, repair, and new construction of all roof types. Alltech Roofing is proud to have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and have received numerous awards for quality and workmanship. Join our legions of satisfied customers today by calling Alltech Roofing for a free quote on any of your roofing needs.
Is there such a thing as a sure thing in business? Some say buy gold. Others say buy soybeans. I say buy Comcast Business Internet. Unlike internet providers that slow down when traffic picks up, you get speed you can rely on. It's a safe bet. Like a gold-plated soybean.
Reliably fast internet starts at $69.95 a month. Comcast Business, built for business.
And even pay the return postage. Try NoNo risk-free today.
Ride on the most treacherous highway in the world to experience the high risk of heavy rescue. Highway Through Hell, Sundays at 10 on the Weather Channel.
Stay tuned for your local on the 8th, brought to you by Bosch Icon Wiper Blades with ClearMax 365.
If you're driving and you can't see clearly for 1 second at 60 miles per hour, you can't see clearly for 88 feet. And a lot can happen in 88 feet. That's why Bosch created the new Icon with ClearMax 365. It's a rubber technology for longer lasting performance, not found on any other wiper blade. Because like you, Bosch cares about what's ahead.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees with light rain. Today, rain likely. High 80. Winds north-northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, mainly cloudy. Slight chance of a rain shower. Low 69. Tuesday, afternoon showers. High 80. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
We've all been there, and it is no fun, of course, when you go out in the morning and your windshield is coated with ice. You have to clear it out before you can head out. But what are your other options now? We put a frozen windshield to the test in this edition of Brainstorm. Sam Champion has our deep dive into the wows of weather.
It's an unwelcome sight. An icy windshield in the morning. It usually means your day will probably start with some extra elbow grease. So to find out if there's an easier way to de-ice a windshield, we'll set up a unique experiment inside the Brainstorm ice truck.
I'm Nick with the Brainstorm team, and most people scrape their windshield with a scraper. However, today we're going to use science to find the best solution to melt the ice on your windshield quickly and efficiently.
So to take a look at some of the cost-efficient homemade de-icers, Nick will start with rubbing alcohol. Rubbing alcohol is especially effective because its molecular structure gives it a freezing point of about 20 below zero. That's about 20 degrees colder than your average household freezer. But while rubbing alcohol did melt the ice, it took a lot of spraying and wasn't much faster than scraping it. So could there be something even better, maybe even in your refrigerator? Optimal de-icing solutions have substances dissolved in them called solutes. And some solutes actually dissolve in the thin layer of water that's on the top of the ice. This blocks water molecules from refreezing and starts a chain reaction of melting. So we decided to test solutions that stay liquid even in your freezer, especially high in calcium chloride salt solutes, like cheese brine or pickle brine. And we found they melted the windshield at rates even slower than the alcohol. Surprisingly, the fastest de-icer turned out to be a mix, a solution of salt and beet juice. It may be because it's sweet and salty. In a single can of beet juice, there are more sugar molecules than cells in the entire human body. And when sugar is wet, a physical change causes the sugar's hydrogen atoms to cling to just about anything. So while the other solutions slid down the 75-degree slope of our windshield, the extra stickiness of the sugar helps the beet molecules stay in place. The result? Less work for you and an evenly melted windshield. And incredibly, some tests have shown that beet juice has a freezing point at 25 below zero, meaning it could even melt ice on an average day at the North Pole.
And we may need some of that beet juice along with some salt to melt things down as this cold air moves on into the south. We're not expecting to see any snow in Atlanta, but we are expecting to see those frigid temperatures. Now, right now, well below average, about 10 degrees or so below average across much of the Atlanta area at this hour. And that cold air is just settling in, moving in down from the Midwest and moving its way into the deep south. So temperatures all across the deep south in the 40s and 50s. Now, south of the cold front, we're still feeling pretty good in Miami with 80 degrees right now, but the cold air will make some progress, and those temperatures in South Florida will be dropping as well, but not as much as they'll be dropping here across Nashville, Atlanta, Charlotte, Raleigh, Durham, where those temperatures are definitely going to be plunging by the time we get to Thursday. Those high temperatures only in the mid-30s, so it is definitely going to be a frigid one. Charlotte won't even break the freezing point on our Thursday, and so those temperatures as we get into the rest of this week in Atlanta, well below average for this time of year. And look at these overnight lows. We're going to have to throw another log on the fire to keep warm here in the deep south.
At last.
Sometimes at last doesn't happen at first.
My love has come along.
I just kissed my mom.
Turning two worlds into one takes love.
And life is like a song.
Helping protect that world takes State Farm.
Oh, there's an energy crisis happening, all right. A human one. And it's time to fight it. With the good energy of Quaker Oats. It's how we help keep go-getters like you going and getting. One bite at a time. Try new Quick Steel Cut oatmeal for a heartier texture. Quaker Up.
The adventures you've been imagining. The heroes you've been admiring. The worlds you've been dreaming of. The thrills you've been craving. The moments you've been missing. The vacation you've been looking for is here. Come and take it. Universal Orlando Resort. Experience it all with the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Vacation Package. Visit universalorlando.com.
At Ancestry, we call it a hint. Simply type in a name and follow the Ancestry leaf far into your family's past. A past filled with stories that intrigue and inspire. And in doing so, reveal the one unique, improbable, and completely remarkable path that led to you. Discover your story. Start searching for free now at Ancestry.com.
Hi, this is Jennifer. I will be out of the office until Monday and won't be checking voicemail during this time. I'll reply just as soon as I get back to work.
Sail with the #1 cruise line in Alaska.
Save up to $500 during our 50th anniversary sale. Call your travel consultant or 1-800-PRINCESS. Princess Cruises. Come back new.
Hurry! There's a hot offer for heartburn sufferers. Now try Zantac free at ZantacOffers.com. Hurry! It's free this week only. No pill relieves heartburn faster. Get Zantac free at ZantacOffers.com.
Stop by your neighborhood Ace and we'll help you get organized. 18-gallon totes, $3.99 after $1 instant savings.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
There was a time when the sea gave way to the sky, raising an amazing destination like no other. Atlantis. Discover amazing savings this winter. Stay 4 nights and receive a $250 airfare credit. Atlantis.
The wildest weather ever caught on camera.
Oh my God!
Tonight, tomorrow night, every weeknight, wild weather at 8 on the Weather Channel. See the weather like never before.
Look at this! Listen to that!
Amazing starts here. The Weather Channel mornings.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees with light rain. Today, rain likely. High 80. Winds north-northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, mainly cloudy. Slight chance of a rain shower. Low 69. Tuesday, afternoon showers. High 80. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
See this winter like never before. Amazing starts here. The Weather Channel mornings.
Well, it's that time of year, you know, when the weather can make the seemingly impossible possible. Check out this guy in North Dakota. It's 14 degrees below zero, and he's going to take a pot of boiling water and he tosses it in the air. Look at what happens. Wow. So cool. As the boiling water hits the air, it cools so quickly that it becomes snow. Now that's some cool stuff, right? By the way, if you plan on doing this outdoors, doing this yourself, making a trick out of this, make sure that you put on a coat, okay? That guy has on short sleeves, not even a coat at least. Oh my goodness.
It's always so weird when the boiling water freezes that fast.
I know. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Weather Channel. I'm Vivian Brown.
And I'm Samantha Moore. And that video was from North Dakota, where you would expect an occasional day to be some 14 degrees below zero. But the cold that is coming this week is going to be much more widespread and affect a lot more people.
Yeah, take a look at all the winter weather advisories that we have, including around the Chicago area. Again, temperatures right now in the single digits, actually the big goose egg in Chicago right now. So really, really some cold stuff. But another big story today is Winter Storm Gorgon. Now, it is a fast-moving clipper system that has winter weather watches and warnings, as you can see, spread from parts of the Midwest all the way into the Ohio Valley. This does include the Chicago area, officially under a winter storm watch.
Oh, yeah. So folks need to really take this seriously, because it is going to be the temperatures, the wind chill factors that can be very, very dangerous. And Minneapolis is on the edge of that winter weather, but one thing is for sure, it will be dangerously cold in the Twin Cities this week.
And our own Mike Seidel has some of the steps that people are taking against this brutal deep freeze.
It's the coldest morning so far this winter, but it's going to get even colder here in Minneapolis-St. Paul. Our temperature this morning dropped down to 11 below zero, and the wind chill bottomed out at 29 below zero. Up in the icebox of America International Falls, they were down to 28 below, and the wind chill there was nearly 50 below zero. We're not going to get out of this deep freeze for several days, and because of this, everybody this morning was bundled up. Take a look, wrapped in the scarves, the mittens, the headgear, some folks covering just about everything on their face so you could just see their eyeballs. And we talked to one gentleman who took it all in stride. He really had a good attitude about this Arctic chill.
This is horrible. It's not surprising for Minnesota, but I'm still not prepared for it. There's just no getting ready for it. I'm freezing. I got on a snowsuit and everything, but I am still freezing cold.
If you live in Minnesota, you have to accept the fact that if it's winter time, it is going to be cold. But this is 20 degrees below average. In fact, this morning I cracked an egg on this piece of paper, and within 5 minutes, I had a frozen breakfast. It's going to get colder by Wednesday morning. The next shot of cold air comes in by Wednesday morning here, 14 to 15 below zero. The Clippers snows will stay primarily south of the Twin Cities. We're looking for an inch or less of snow this evening. And then again, the deep freeze. By next weekend, we should get back close to 20 degrees. In the meantime, layer up, protect yourself from frostbite and hypothermia. This cold can be deadly. I'm meteorologist Mike Seidel, Nicollet Mall in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
All right, well, let's talk more about Winter Storm Gorgon because it is our big story. And as Mike said, we need to weather up, that's for sure. It marches into the Midwest. It'll bring with it quite a bit of snow. But really, the big story is the extreme cold air, the coldest of the season with single digits and sub-zero readings expected. You can see the energy with it as it slides across the northern Rockies. And as it moves into the Dakotas, already bringing some widespread light snow, even as far east as the western parts of Iowa here, but the center of that low pressure is sliding right across southern Montana and Wyoming. And again, it's the energy, the moisture, and the cold air, all of the ingredients coming together for a widespread swath of snow. And we're talking a pretty large area of 3 to 5 inches, so some pretty appreciable amounts expected. Eventually, it's going to move right on off the northeast coast by the middle of the week. But before then, again, right along its path, we're talking about 3 to 5 inches, including right here, Chicago. You'll be on the cusp of 3 to 5 inches perhaps, but right off of Lake Michigan on the eastern shores here, the western parts of the lower peninsula, maybe some heavier amounts. And right off of Lakes Erie and Ontario, we'll find some heavier amounts of snow, you know, that moisture being enhanced by the lakes. And we'll think it'll stop shy of you, New York City, Philadelphia. You may pick up an inch or two from Winter Storm Gorgon. But we're here watching it closely. In fact, here's the specific forecast for Indianapolis. Back to you, Sam.
Oh, Vivian, of course, after all that snow falls, then we're going to have to deal with the really cold Arctic air that's going to be moving in the middle to the latter parts of the week. So right now, there are those single digits around the Chicagoland area, and it's going to be even colder once we get into Wednesday and Thursday across the area. So all across the western Great Lakes into the Ohio Valley, we are shivering here, especially when the wind blows and makes those temperatures feel even colder. So there's the first cold shot that is moving through as we speak. The second one poised to move out of Canada into the Plain States across the Great Lakes, and this one will make its way down further to the south. And of course, it's very dry. The high pressure is building in, making for sunny conditions behind the front, but that doesn't mean it's going to warm up. It's going to be very cold initially. So here are these temperatures today with the first cold shot. Heading into tomorrow, temperatures moderate a smidgen, but still some 16 degrees below average in Chicago, and it's the Windy City, so you know those winds are going to be blowing. And it's heading into Wednesday, and those temperatures are going to be even colder. In fact, all across the region, we're going to see some incredibly cold temperatures. But here in Chicago, bundle it up because it is going to get even colder. By Wednesday, our high temperature is going to be at 1 measly degree. Boy, they'll be happy to thaw out a little bit as we head into the weekend, Vivian.
Well, Sam, speaking of Chicago, even with such cold temperatures. Kids are back in class today in a number of Illinois schools in the greater Chicago area. Some schools did close today, though. So joining us is Tony Sanders. He's the CEO of the school district U46 in Elgin, Illinois, a suburb of Chicago. Thank you so much for joining us. Can you tell us what is the criteria used to decide when to actually call school off due to the cold?
Well, I wish I could tell you that there is actually a perfect version of what the criteria is. Essentially, we're looking for whether or not our school buses can get up and running to transport our 28,000 of our 41,000 students to school, and then also taking into consideration the wind chills and the amount of time students might be standing out in the extreme cold.
I'm sure this is good news, of course, for the kids when they have a snow day or a cold day. Some people in other parts of the country may be surprised by that, though. What do you tell them?
Well, as anybody that works in a school district where you have extreme temperatures and extreme cold, like we do here in the state of Illinois, it is actually one of the worst decisions any administrator has to make as to whether or not to be open for school or closed on days like what's coming in the next couple of days. Half the people are going to hate you for the decision, and half are going to love you. So that's the first thing I tell anybody that is in a climate that does not have to worry about snow.
Oh, yes, I totally understand that. That comes with the territory in the weather business, in period. Thank you so much, Tony, for joining us, and hopefully we can weather this particular snowstorm or cold air, and we'll see you on the warmer side of things. All right, let's go back to Chicago now. Here's Sam. Oh, no, we'll take you to Chicago with these live pictures. And again, temperatures right now, it's cold.
Currently in our area, 79 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, rain likely. High 80. Winds north-northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, mainly cloudy. Slight chance of a rain shower. Low 69. Tuesday, afternoon showers. High 80. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
You said men are superior drivers.
Yeah?
Yeah. Then how'd I get this?
Allstate Safe Driving Bonus Check.
Who's that?
So weird, right? My agent Tom said
only Allstate sends you a bonus check for every 6 months you're accident-free.
But I'm a woman. Maybe it's a misprint. Does it look like a misprint?
Okay, let's try. Silence. Ask an Allstate agent about the Safe Driving Bonus Check. Are you in good hands?
No chest-beating monologues about engine size, horsepower, or performance. No anthemic soundtracks to stir the soul. Just a Ram Heavy Duty that can carry more weight than any other heavy-duty truck. Get more facts at ramtrucks.com.
Heartburn.
Did someone say burn? Try Alka-Seltzer Relief Chews. They work just as fast and are proven to taste better than Tums Smoothies assorted fruit.
Amazing.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Alka-Seltzer Heartburn Relief Chews. Enjoy the relief.
Sheila, you see this ball control? You see this, right? It's 80% confidence and 64% knee brace. That's much. I know that's more than 100%, but that's what winners give. Now bicycle kick your old 401k into an IRA.
I know.
Listen, just get TD Ameritrade's rollover consultants on the horn. They'll guide you through the whole process. It's simple. Even she could do it. Whatever, Janet.
For all the confidence you need, TD Ameritrade. You got this.
You know, some people have told me reverse mortgages sound too good to be true. I mean, you get cash out of your home, no monthly payments, and still own your home. There's got to be a catch, right, Jesse? Well, There isn't. It's like any other mortgage, only with a reverse mortgage, the loan's paid back when the last borrower leaves the home. In fact, reverse mortgages are based on a notion that President Reagan signed into law over 25 years ago in order to help seniors remain in their homes. If you're 62 or older and own your own home, you may qualify for a government-insured reverse mortgage with AAG that allows you to turn the equity in your home into tax-free cash. And with AAG, there are never any income or credit score requirements.
Call 1-800-661-0312 now to receive a new free information kit, including a reverse mortgage guide and DVD, personal stories from people like you, and a brand new family guide for children and loved ones, all absolutely free with no obligation.
AAG can help you pay off credit card debt, eliminate monthly mortgage payments, and provide some real retirement security.
Call 1-800-661-0312 today to get your free AAG reverse mortgage information kit and bonus DVD.
In the kits, you'll receive a helpful 3-part guide. The first will show you how a government-insured reverse mortgage allows you to access the equity in your home as tax-free cash. 500,000 people have already done it. The second booklet contains stories told by people just like you who've had their lives changed forever using a reverse mortgage. And the third guide is full of helpful answers and information for children and loved ones.
Call 1-800-661-0312 now to receive your information kit and DVD, all absolutely free.
There's simply an effective way for folks just like you to get the cash you need to enjoy your retirement.
Call 1-800-661-0312 now to receive your information kit and DVD, all absolutely free. Call 1-800-661-0312 now.
AAG, the best advice for a better life.
Welcome to Snowmobile Heaven. Last night, a blizzard dropped a few feet of snow on your wilderness playground, giving you and your buddies miles and miles of fresh powder to ride on. But when you ride off alone on a solo adventure, little do you realize that epic moment of triumph is about to become an extended journey of pain. You pass out from the brutal crash, and when you awaken, you discover you're fighting a critical battle against frostbite. What would you do to treat this cold, harsh condition? Should you, A, rub the afflicted areas such as hands and feet to increase circulation? B, soak your frozen extremities in hot water? Or C, gently wrap your frostbitten limbs and keep them dry? What you do next could save your life and limb.
We have some very cold air, of course, across much of the country, including in Pittsburgh, where those temperatures are going to be plummeting as this Arctic air starts to move in. So by the middle of the week, we are down in the mid-teens in Pittsburgh, and the average high is 36 degrees. So that gives you an idea of how far we are off the mark here. In Buffalo, we have the cold air in place now, 17 degrees, but it's going to be colder as we head into Wednesday here, down to 13. By the time we get to the end of the weekend, temperatures will be close to normal, once again getting up in that direction, but still below freezing. In Detroit, we're going to see those temperatures bottom out on our Wednesday and on our Thursday. And here in St. Louis, it is going to be a very cold middle of the week. So take that vitamin C and stay healthy, Vivian.
Well, it's deadly, and unfortunately, cases of it are growing. What are we talking about? The flu. 9 states have already seen flu-related fatalities. About 3 dozen are reporting widespread flu conditions. Now, this morning on Wake Up with Al Roker and Stephanie Abrams visited with an expert on the ways weather affects the flu.
Emergency medicine physician Dr. Robert Glatter is joining us this morning. Dr. Glatter, good morning. First, let's start off with how does weather affect the flu strain? Does it affect it at all?
Well, what we're seeing is that when the weather has less moisture, in other words, when there's less humidity, the strain actually is more potent and can actually spread much more quickly amongst people, especially when they're indoors. And that's important to note because people often don't go out during the winter. And by staying indoors, they have a higher chance of spreading the flu, especially if they don't wash their hands, if they're touching surfaces where the virus can live up to 24 hours. carbs.
Okay, so every year we're told get a flu shot, and the flu shot is basically a guesstimate as to what is going to happen. And generally it's about 50% effective, but I understand this year the guess was off a bit, and so it's only 33%. It's only 33% effective against the strains that are out there this year.
That's right. It's only a third effective, but it's important to get the flu shot because there's some cross protection. If you get the flu, it's often milder and often can lead to less complications. And what we get concerned about often is hospitalization, especially in older persons, people with chronic lung disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, people that have these illnesses that can make them sick and often require hospitalization.
Okay, for folks with kids, what's best? Shot, nasal spray, what should they do?
Well, they're about equally effective, but it's important to know that kids often are scared of the needle. So by just giving them the nasal, vaccine, it's much more easy to, in other words, to enforce this. To have
not
them,
just kids.
Exactly. Adults can get it as too, but often we prefer that they get the shot if possible.
Nutrition is a huge factor. I mean, your body can heal itself, so you got to make sure that you're eating proper nutrition as well around this time of year. Well, really all the time.
Exactly. You have to stay hydrated. That's the key. You've got to continue, taking lots of fluids. Vitamin D has been recommended by some. Vitamin C can help, but ultimately it's eating right, taking in nutrition that's right for you, but also keeping your fuel stores up. Carbohydrates, slow digesting carbs are very important.
And when you get the flu, what's the best thing to do to minimize?
First of all, stay home. Don't go to work. Make sure you rest, drink plenty of fluids. You can take acetaminophen or ibuprofen, which can help lessen the fever, lessen the aches, lessen the cough, the sore throat. Ultimately, just riding it out. It can last 5 to 10 days, but it's important to know that you can actually shed virus the day before you're ill and actually 5 to 10 days after onset of the flu itself.
Wow. Well, coming up next, we're going to have the answer to today's survival quiz. Do you have what it takes to beat the cold and avoid frostbite?
In the meantime, a live look at Indianapolis. It's cold out there.
I've seen hurricanes, floods, I've seen tornadoes. We give out Duracell batteries after the worst happens. And when the power's out for days, we stay with them. You might say they lost everything, but that's not what I see. I see a different kind of power. I saw it in Ruth, Adam, Tom. It's the power they have inside of them. The power to move forward.
At Duracell, we believe that's the power that never, ever goes out.
If you're running a business, LegalZoom has your back. Over the last 10 years, we've helped over 1 million business owners get started. Visit us today for legal help you can count on to start and run your business. LegalZoom. Legal help is here.
Currently in our area, 79 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, rain likely. High 80. Winds north-northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, mainly cloudy. Slight chance of a rain shower. Low 69. Tuesday, afternoon showers. High 80. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
At the end of the day, my hands are beat up.
Especially during the winter times, hands are splitting, cracking, making it very difficult to do my job.
O'Keefe's Working Hands. Guaranteed relief for dry hands that crack and split.
Best stuff we've ever used.
It just works.
Learn more at workinghands.com.
Think fixing your windshield is a big hassle? Not with SafeLight. This family needed their windshield replaced, but their daughter's heart was set on going to the zoo. So we said, if you need SafeLight to come to the zoo, we'll come to the zoo. Oh, yeah, we can fix that. Only Safelite can fix your windshield anywhere in the U.S. with our exclusive mobile glass shops and our one-of-a-kind True Seal technology for a reliable bond.
Thanks so much.
Service that fits your schedule. That's another Safelite advantage.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace.
Grandpa Bodie, Grandma said you used to be out of control.
Really? I guess I did take some risks. I trained a little bit differently. I was a little too honest sometimes. The media is useless.
You were out of control.
But not always.
If you've ever thought about losing weight, you're not alone. I've thought, I've tried, I failed so many times. My mom, she said, you'd better lose weight or you're gonna end up just like me. That still didn't motivate me until I lost her. I had to do something. I called Nutrisystem and everything changed.
Lose weight fast with Nutrisystem's Fast 5 Plus Kit. Lose 5 pounds in your first week, plus 1 inch off your waist or your money back, guaranteed.
I lost the weight, 50 pounds.
Order your 28-day Nutrisystem plan right now, including Fast 5 Plus. Get 1 week of meals, plus 1 week of energizing shakes and Craving Crusher shakes, free. New food selections, new expert guides. Call now and lock in 2014 prices, and shipping is free.
You're not alone. Millions of people have lost weight.
With Vince, once the sale is done, the service has really just begun. His clients can really count on him for the long haul.
We never expected to sell so fast. Vince did a great job. We actually had 3 offers in one day.
And nobody works harder than Vince Marotta.
I'm Vince Marotta. Success in real estate is all about hard work and accessibility. That's why I'm always ready to take your call. Your journey begins at MarottaRealty.com.
When you run a business, you can't settle for slow. That's why I always choose the fastest intern, the fastest printer, the fastest lunch, Turkey Club, the fastest pencil sharpener, the fastest elevator, the fastest speed dial, the fastest office plant. So why wouldn't I choose the fastest Wi-Fi? I would.
Switch to Comcast Business and get the fastest Wi-Fi with the most coverage. Comcast Business, built for business.
Special offer on the Litter Robot, the right way to go.
The Weather Channel unearths the investigations, the mysteries.
Nobody was flying the plane.
Why planes crash, tonight at 9, here on the Weather Channel.
All right, with all the cold air headed your way this week, we have one question for you. Do you think you could survive frostbite?
Well, we put you to the test about 10 minutes ago, and here's the answer you've been waiting for.
Under cold temperatures, the body is going to try to maintain its core body temperature so it does not get hypothermia. And one of the ways it does that is by constricting the small blood vessels in the tissue far away from the core, such as the hands and feet. Eventually, the tissue temperature is going to drop to freezing and ice crystals are going to develop. So frostbite is tissue injury when you actually have temperatures that develop ice within the human body.
You survived the horrific treetop collision, but you've been out cold in the freezing cold long enough to suffer frostbite. So what would you do to survive it? Your best chance of saving your extremities is C. Make sure you loosely wrap up the frostbitten areas and keep them dry as possible.
All right, it is time now for the winter weather update, and we want to show you a city. We'll show you Indianapolis and try and pick out the signs of the cold air that's in place, because mind you, it's only 9 degrees right now, but it doesn't look like it's 9 degrees.
It doesn't, because the sun is peeking out through those clouds, Viv.
Okay, but there are a few signs of cold air. And what are they, Sam?
Well, we have, for one thing, you can see we have some, it looks like the kind of clouds you see behind a frontal system, and I'm not drawing too too well here, but those kind of clouds that are right behind the front that are fair weather types of clouds.
Yes, and we have another clear sign of the cold. You can see that smoke coming out. So those are two signs of the cold, but I tell you what, a typical sign of the cold is snow, right? We don't have snow right now in Indianapolis, but we do have it on the way. So it's time now for the winter weather update, and let's talk more about Winter Storm Gorgon, because this is a system that will eventually bring a little bit of snow, maybe around the Indianapolis area. Right now, we're zoomed in close on Omaha, Nebraska, who has seen a little bit of snow. It continues to move off to the north and east right now, but as we pan out a little bit, we can see snow stretching all the way to the western parts of North and South Dakota. There you see near the Black Hills a little bit of snow, and even farther kind of zooming out, and we see the beginnings of the next system, Winter Storm Gorgon.
And of course, the air's so cold, the snow is going to be sticking, and that's going to cause a lot of problems for people out on the roadways because it's going to accumulate out there and make those roads hard to navigate. So it'll make those winter trips a little longer than you may want them to be.
Oh, most definitely. Just add a little extra time on your trip there. The water vapor imagery definitely shows the energy with the system. So here we go. It'll be flowing along the jet stream as it pushes across parts of the Midwest, the upper Mississippi Valley, eventually the Ohio Valley, and even parts of the Northeast will see some snow.
So in comes that wintry mix across much of the Intermountain West, and then across the northern plains we get that snow, and it's going to be significant in some spots, Viv.
Yeah, there is Indianapolis again. Overnight tonight, Indianapolis, we think you will get the snow, and then it's going to all push into parts of the Northeast, in particular upstate New York and the areas right off of Lakes Erie and Ontario Sam. That's where very heavy amounts are expected.
That lake effect snow, it can really pile up fast, and boy, those drifts can be well up over your knees in no time.
But anyway you slice it, we talk about a large swath of 3 to 5 inches of snow, all associated with Winter Storm Gorgon. Of course, we are the ones that named this system, so we're the ones that can tell you all about it as we go through the next couple of days. So keep it tuned to the Weather Channel. In fact, still to come here on the Weather Channel, the coldest air of the season is coming right behind Winter Storm Gorgon.
The actual temperatures are going to be below zero in many cities. Wind chills could hit some 30 below. Coming up, we'll show you when the coldest air will arrive region by region.
In the meantime, taking a live look at New York City. Temperatures right now in the middle 30s, but guess what? Middle 20s expected later.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, rain likely. High 80. Winds north-northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, mainly cloudy. Slight chance of a rain shower. Low 69. Tuesday, afternoon showers. High 80. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Is horrible. It's not surprising for Minnesota, but I'm still not prepared for it.
Well, if you thought it was cold this morning, get ready. You ain't seen nothing yet. It's going to get even colder. An Arctic blast is bringing the coldest air of the season. That means sub-zero temperatures and dangerous wind chills.
And all of that coming right on the heels of Winter Storm Gorgon. It's a fast-moving clipper. It's going to dump snow across about a 2,000-mile stretch all the way from Washington State to Ohio, and that's going to affect millions of people.
Thank you so much for joining us here on Weather Center Live. I'm Vivian Brown.
And I'm Samantha Moore. And most of the country woke up to temperatures well below freezing today. And that bitter wake-up call, unfortunately, is going to last all week long.
Yeah, and some in the path of Winter Storm Gorgon, a quick burst of snow is going to make things even more dangerous. Chicago, case in point, a city in line for that 1-2 punch. Now, morning lows tomorrow, get this, in the single digits, then well below zero later in the week. Wind chills around 30 degrees below zero on Thursday morning.
And our own Mike Bettis is in Chicago shivering along with the rest of those in the Windy City. And he shows us how Chicagoans are braving this dangerous cold.
Well, here along Lake Michigan in Chicago, below zero all morning long. In fact, the coldest morning since mid-February. And it comes with a price. Wind chills that have been 20 to 30 degrees below zero as well. And interesting to see that the Chicago River is unfrozen, but a little bit of steam coming off that unfrozen river because the temperatures just at the surface there are so cold. It's a little bit fog there, in essence, off the river this morning. The winds have been anywhere from 15 to 20 miles an hour, sending those wind chills down to dangerously cold territory. And this, the first Monday after the new year, where everyone's going back to work, everyone's going back to school. And you have to remember, you've got to bundle up with gloves, with hats, with coats, with boots, with socks. I mean, everything to keep yourself warm. And if the cold air isn't bad enough, now we're talking about some snow. And likely the biggest snowstorm of the season so far in Chicago, where 3 to 5 inches is coming, mostly through the overnight hours, so plows should be able to get out there and take care of business, because by the time you head out to work tomorrow, the snow will have ended. So keep in mind, too, that Chicago has a very elaborate snow removal system. They have GPS on their snow plows, so they know exactly where they are, which roads have been cleared, and they can send crews to the exact locations and neighborhoods where the roads need to be plowed. That's the very latest here in a very frigid Chicago, Illinois. I'm meteorologist Mike Bettis. We'll send it back to you.
All right. I know many Chicagoans. In fact, I have family in Chicago, and one thing I know about Chicagoans, when the weather gets tough, they get tougher. Okay, so all you need to know is that the cold air is on the way, so get prepared. Winter Storm Gorgon marches into the Midwest. It'll kind of clip down from Canada over the northern Rockies and then quickly kind of scrape itself across parts of the northern tier of the country. Right now, we do have some widespread snow anywhere from the western parts of Nebraska through the Dakotas, and some snow here in Montana and Wyoming, showing you the water vapor energy right now, which basically shows a lot of moisture available. So that's why, even though this system will be a fast mover, it can still dump a lot of snow because of all of this moisture that we have associated with it as it develops right now across the northern Rockies. But again, it's going to quickly slide its way across the northern tier of the country, pretty much on the heels of the jet stream, and swing right across into the eastern Great Lakes and parts of the Northeast. Now, of course, when it gets to the Northeast, it's going to cross over the Great Lakes, and that's going to pick up some of the moisture, and that's really going to enhance some of the heavier snow in those typical snow belt areas off of the Great Lakes, like right at here off of Lake Ontario and off of Lake Erie. That's where some pretty hefty amounts are possible. But all of the big cities in between, the smaller cities and the medium cities too, we're talking about a swath of 1 to 3 inches, generally speaking. But look at the fairly wide band of 3 to 5 inches of snow. That's a pretty wide swath, wouldn't you say? From the southern parts of Minnesota through northern and central Illinois, including around Chicago, Indianapolis, you could pick up several inches, and even over to Cleveland. But again, north and east of you, Cleveland, and those typical snow belt areas, that's where even heavier amounts are possible. Here's a look at the forecast for Chicago. Really some cold stuff, but I know you'll just get tougher. Back to you, Sam.
Well, Vivian, it's cold and getting colder. A lot of folks may want to take a trip to the south where things are a lot warmer. So we're looking at 2 M cities, Minneapolis and Miami. Minneapolis currently at 5 degrees below zero.